It's tea time with the Pronoun, the fastest moving golf show on the planet. Get the latest in local and national golf news with guests from around the world and around Central New York. Now it's tea time with the Pronoun, sponsored by CH Insurance on News Radio 570 WSYR on 106.9 FM and live everywhere on iHeartRadio.
Good morning, Central New York. Yes, sir, we're here in the iHeart Studios down here at 500 Plum Street. I don't like it so much. The clouds, I can't see the sun. I like to see the sun out this big, huge window here. We got Dominic on the board today. Good morning, Dominic. Our co-host today, Joe Convertino, is somewhere in Manlius. I think he has his pajamas on. He's going on, I think he's not here today. He'll be here back next week. But our co-host today is someone who is certainly not a stranger to Tea Time with the Pronoun. I've known him, I believe, longer than anybody else in the section. He's one of the first pros I met when I came many, many years ago. A member of the CNY PGA Golf Hall of Fame, former president. I don't know how many Mitchell Cup teams he's played on, but the number keeps going up. And also now he makes both teams, both the Mitchell Cup and the Soviet Cup. Mr. Trey Walewski, how you doing?
Good morning, Perry. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm sorry I didn't see you at the CNY PGA Awards banquet, the little party there, but it was a nice party, Trey.
I try not to miss it. I was actually out of town, with my grandson, so kind of took priority.
Was he playing?
What?
Was he participating?
It was a football camp thing for colleges and stuff.
Oh, for colleges?
Yeah. So
where was it?
It was in Rochester.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, who was there? St. John Fisher was there. U of R was there.
Oh, it was mostly Division III schools.
Division III schools.
He's going to go to school on his brains, but he will play football too. He's a very smart kid, and he's top 5% of his class. And I don't know where he got his brains from, to be honest with you, but he's a great kid. And I hate missing the. I like to recognize all those great pros that were there, and I was fortunate enough to win a few awards, but I enjoy going there more now just to see the.
Yeah,
and I love to support our pros. And
well, I'll tell you what they did this time, which was different. I think we're going to have our next guest on pretty soon. But they did something different. They had all of the nominees there. They usually just announce the one person who wins the awards. But they had all of the nominees there. Talked about all of the nominees with their credentials, which was nice. But they didn't have a sit-down dinner tray. No. It was like at 4 different stations. And you can mingle and talk. And even after the awards, Alan says, hang around. They're going to have the food. They're still going to have more food for an extra half an hour.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was terrific.
Me, I like to eat. So now I'm even more upset that I missed it. But I'm sure it was a great night.
Do we have him on? Oh, we got Joe on. Okay, so we can't get Ken till the second segment. So guess who we have on the air now?
I am
your man, the man.
So lucky to be in this seat, to be the honor of. I can't even try to substitute for the great Joe Convertino.
Oh, you can't? Well, then you introduce him.
Well, the man, the legend, owner of CH Insurance, on every form of media in Central New York. You turn your TV on, you turn your computer on, and I got to see Joe Convertino's
listen,
mug.
He's a hockey player. He's a basketball player. He's a baseball player. What doesn't he do?
I know you say sometimes I might be a legend, but I can't hold a candle to this guy. I'm telling you right now.
And then who is that? Who is it?
Mr. Joe Convertino.
Oh, hey, are you on the air, Convertino?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. Trey, how was the ride in this morning?
It was good,
baby.
Yeah, it's only about a half hour to get here, and But it was clear. There wasn't a lot of traffic, so I zipped right over. It takes about just less than a half an hour. So
listen, this was the first year that Joe was invited to go to the awards.
Well,
Jack Conger invited us to go.
Well, it's nice that he went, and Joe being a proud member of the Calvary Club.
Yes.
Dennis
won. Yes.
Estes is. I'm telling you right now, Dennis is one of the best up and coming young pros. I'm so happy for Dennis. He's truly a nice person, and he's got a great family, and he does a great job there at Calvary Club. So I couldn't have been more happy for somebody than I was for Dennis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe, what were your thoughts
He-
about the event? That was your first time.
Well, it was great. I mean, to be there, and guys, Jack must have called me 4 to 5 times. I want to bring you and Linda. I want to bring you and Linda. Obviously, I would have went, but the big catch was it was Dennis. He needed representation from the Calvary Club. So, we had some of our members there, which was great. Dennis had his family, but I'm like, why does Jack want me why does Jack want me to go to this thing?
Because Jack might have know who the winner was.
To support Dennis. So it was great. He's the most humble pro, or person, I think, in America. He's just a great guy, great leader for our club, and obviously the club's coming back, and you guys know all the good things that we're doing there. So probably a great honor to get that. I mean, you guys probably been going to that a lot of years, and it was awesome. It was awesome. And I was wondering, where's Trey Walewski that day?
I know.
That evening. We were wondering where you were.
I try not to miss it. I haven't missed many. I try to support, my days of winning awards are, I get nominated every year for something and I turn it down. I've had my run, after the Hall of Fame. I'm like, let these other guys have some, let them get some recognition. And I can't think of a better person than Dennis to get it.
It was great. And then Perry had a couple interviews. We interviewed Dennis. I think he interviewed Linda, then the Hall of Famer. But Trey, Perry was in heaven at that place.
Oh, Perry loves that stuff.
The food was open for 3 hours. The food was open.
Wow. And now I'm upset because I would have ate for 3 hours. So I'm not a big drinker. Perry didn't have too many drinks, did he?
No, he had a soda.
All right, you know how Perry gets if he has a couple drinks. So,
I didn't have not a single drink.
Keep him away from the bar because he gets a little crazy.
I go 75, 25, 75 water and a little Coke at the top. A shot of Coke.
Even now you get too much sugar into Perry, he won't be able to go to bed at night. So
that's right. Well, Trey, I know you were looking at your iPad. Tell us what some of the winners were. I forgot my brochure, Joe.
Yeah, no problem.
It was a nice little flyer that they had on the tables there with the photographs. We had Ruth Wittig won the
Ruth is fantastic. I've known Ruth for 40 years.
Oh, yes.
She won. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I am fortunate I get to vote on that every year, and it was an easy vote to get Ruth in. We had
Before we get there, guys. What are the characteristics to get into the Hall of Fame? I know, obviously, legendary local people. She's been on it for many years. I was going to ask you guys, to get voted into the Hall of Fame. Is it leadership? Is it teaching?
Joe.
It's all of the above.
Merchandising.
It's all of the above. We have about 10 criteria, 15 criteria. Playing is part of it. But you don't have to hit them all, obviously, because some people in the Hall of Fame aren't good players, but they're great. So you have to serve the section in some capacity, committees, things like that. Past awards. Ruth has probably won the Junior Golf Award 20 times.
Yes.
She's unbelievable with junior golf. Longevity at your club. That means your members love you. So there's a bunch of, back in the day you could get just in for playing.
Right.
But they kind of took that out. Right. It's more you have to have a kind of a round.
Trey,
yes.
Yeah, but what she did for the kids in the Oneida area struck me. The junior high, I just can't believe what she talked about, adding that added piece to it with getting kids to golf was pretty cool.
Yeah, Ruth, like I said, her niche has been junior golf. She had a young son who ended up turning into a great golfer. Her daughter played at, I think, Florida International on a full scholarship. She worked for me at Cannon Valley. So Ruth's Ruth's children are both great golfers, and Ruth has been, all the way back. She worked for Jack Conger back in the 80s.
Yes, that's what he's.
I remember that's when I met her the first time. Her and Mel were the assistants. How about that staff? Mel Baum and
Wow.
a young Mel Baum.
Wow.
So that's scary thinking right there.
Ruth told me that she was also part of Bob. That she went to learn some skills about teaching with Bob Toski.
Yes,
Bob Toski
yes.
School.
No, Ruth is.
Hey, Joe.
Ruth is
listen,
well-deserving.
We want you to have a wonderful weekend. You coming back in studio next weekend?
Yes, I will be back live with you. Trey, have fun with Perry. I'll be listening. And have a good and safe and warm weekend, boys.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. There we go. Joe
Bye-bye.
Convertino Jr., President, CH Insurance, the title sponsor for Tea Time with the Pronoun. All right, we're back on track now. We're coming up with the On the Green Report with the Kenster in the next segment.
Love the Kenster.
And Walewski.
On
December 1st, it was a very significant day in golf lore and history in New York, in upstate New York, and we're going to tell you about it in the next segment. News Radio 570 WSYR. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Atta boy. Who is the artist? I have no idea. Trey Walewski's in the studio with the Pronoun. Good morning, Trey.
Good morning. I only know 80s rock, so.
You know what? They were. Where's the Christmas music?
Oh, no.
We have
please,
to.
no.
You don't want Christmas music?
No, not yet. That's all I hear all day long.
Not yet.
My wife's already watching the freaking Hallmark Channel, and oh boy.
All right. Listen, you hang on. We're gonna sit back and listen. We're gonna sit back and listen to the On the Green Report with the Kenster,
All right.
Ken O'Neill.
This week, the PGA Hero World Challenge is taking place. After 2 rounds, there's a 5-way tie for first place. America's Cameron Young with an 8-under second round is at 10-under, followed by Japan's Hideki Matsuyama and Americans Ashe Bhatia, Wyndham Clark, and J.J. Spawn. Other Americans, Scotty Scheffler's 9-under, Harrison English is 7-under, Billy Horschel and Keegan Bradley at 5-under. Round 3 starts shortly. The next LPGA tournament will be December the 12th through the 14th in Naples, Florida, at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Resort and Tiberian Golf Club, the Grant Thornton Invitational, a $2 million purse. The opening Senior Championship Tour event will be April 16th to the 19th at Concession Golf Course in Bradenton, Florida. The highly ranked course was designed by Jack Nicklaus and Tony Jacklin. The 2026 LIV Golf schedule has come out. Their first tournament is February 4th through the 7th at Rugby. All 3 days will be played at night. February 12th to the 15th, they'll be playing at Adelaide, South Australia at the All-Australian Ripper Golf and Country Club. 100,000 people attended last year's event. And if you'd like to plan a trip to Hong Kong on March 5th to the 8th, the World City Tournament will be held there. And that's a look at the On the Green Report, and I'm Ken O'Neill. And by the way, I watch the Hallmark almost every day.
Hey, Ken, you remember Trey, right?
I do, of course.
Yeah.
How can you forget the Kenster?
Yeah, we can.
Talking about a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And a Tea Time with the Protown Hall of Fame. The Kenster's
thank
in the
you.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, yes. Okay, Ken, have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, there he goes. And our next guest, I told you about December. Oh, you can't get him. Oh, come on, Ken Walewski, pick up the phone. Hey, Walewski, come on. December 1st was a significant day in central New York again. SOS for Ken Walewski. The next time we call you, pick up your phone. You're supposed to be on at 7:20. He's a member of Drumlins. Okay, so here's what he did. On December 1st, he texted me. He says, I'm going out to play today, December 1st.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he did, because after that,
Yeah.
the storm came. And that was the 192nd consecutive month that he has played golf in central New York. Now think about that, Trey. Come on.
I don't know if that's impressive or just damn crazy.
No. Well, it's both. It's both. But let me tell you what he did. You know how many years that is? If you divide it
By 12.
it's 16.
I'm Polish, but I know that.
It's 16. 16 consecutive months Ken Walewski has been playing golf. Most of those rounds, by the way, have been at Drumlins, all right, where he's been a member. But think about that. And Ken, he's still not picking up, is he? Oh, come on, Walsick. You sent me a text message and you're not available.
We tried to get him on. But,
yeah, we tried to get him on. But anyway, I remember many years ago, I'm going to say 7 or 8 years ago, he calls me on February 27th. And I believe that was a leap year that one year. Only one day left. He says, Perry and Trey, it was awful. Please believe me, the chill factor, it was in the teens with the wind chill factor. I said, Walsick, I don't want to hear it. He said, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I said, Walsick, I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. You figure out a way. Go get your Eskimo clothes on and said, and get out on that golf course, Trey. He went out with 2 other guys with shovels. I said, I got to see evidence. I got to vet this thing. I've got to see evidence. He went out. He shoveled. I saw the green. He shoveled at the green. Put a stick in the flag with a little flag on it, and he did it, which kept the streak alive. And I'm so glad he did, because we're going to be talking about it every year. We talk about the streak. Nobody else has a streak like that in Central New York. Who does that? And if he breaks the streak, that means he'll be forgotten. We don't want him to be forgotten.
You can't forget about the streak like that. But
no, you can't. Well, but
I don't even want to go outside that many months in a row in Central New York. So.
Well, okay. You know what? We still got a few more minutes here. No, we don't, because we got to be out. We got a little hard out. No, we're fine. You and I are going to chat for a minute.
All right, whatever you need, Perry.
Yeah, well, we're coming up with the PGA show now.
Yep.
They don't call it the merchandise show anymore. They just call it the PGA show, which I think is good, because they do much more than just the merchandise. So I think that was a good change. Are you going to be down there again?
Oh yeah, I leave for Florida January 2nd, and then I'm down there till the show, and then I come home, get my wife, and then we go back to Port St. Lucie. So, but yeah, I'll be at the show working all 3 days.
So how much time do you spend at Under Armour?
Almost all. I did 40-something appointments last year.
Wow.
But I'm fortunate this year because I represent Next Belt, which is the creator of the Click Belt,
Yep.
And they're like 2 booths to the left, and then I'm the Black Clover CMC rep, and they're a couple booths to the right. So
come on, you've got to be kidding me.
I don't have a lot of running around to do, except for Zexio's on the other end. So Zexio's like a half a mile away. So so that's why you'll be down there representing me.
I'll go down there. Who am I supposed to meet when I go down there?
Percy, my sales manager. Yeah,
Your sales manager.
I told him you're going to be our man, so
well,
he's all excited
Trey,
about it.
I am really excited about next year with Exio. I am convinced that they're on the right track, because they built those clubs specifically for people who don't who don't have that club.
And I apologize.
Speed.
I was going to bring you your new driver, but I'll get it to you before I leave for Florida. The new demos came in, so you'll have the new Zexio
the new 14 demos?
Yep, I got them all.
Oh.
So I'll get you all hooked up for your Florida trip or whatever.
You won't have to wait. I'll drive out to see you.
All right. Yeah, we'll get them all. I got to open all the boxes. I haven't even opened them yet. They sent me about 50 boxes.
Well, but they have they've added a line. They've added I think a game improvement line to their.
No, they actually, all the clubs are game improvement. We added a Zexio 14X, which is for better players with a slow swing speed, a little more, not such an offset head.
Yes.
So it's a little better looking players club for older gentlemen who still can play good, and it's easy to hit. So
I don't want to quite announce anything because we haven't settled anything with Exio yet, but I've got some idea. I hope that your boss, what's it say, Percy?
His name is,
okay. I hope that he's receptive to it, because I really think it's going to be something really different, folks. Really, really different.
Yeah,
for both men and women. And Joe Convertino's wife, Linda.
She loves her
the first, when we were out at Cavalry last year for that demo day, you were right. Just hand her the club. It was like boom off the.
It is amazing. Like I said, I was a skeptic before I started actually reading and seeing the results. I've seen, for lack of a better word, older gentlemen, they have a slower swing speed, increase 15, 20 yards off the tee, and without even, and that's with the TrackMan telling you that. So. Pretty amazing.
Well, in all fairness, they were the first ones that came out with these light shafts. So you can swing a golf club faster the lighter the shaft. Period.
Even myself, my new driver shaft is only, I think, 55 grams.
Okay, it's about time.
Even on
people
tour,
getting-
even
yes.
on tour, they don't have the 80, 90 gram shafts anymore like they did in the old days. The driver shafts are between 55 and 65 now on tour. So
Even on tour.
even on tour, the stiffness might be more. They'll have an extra stiff, but the light shafts. Watch all the tour players; they're all going with light shafts.
Yep. Well, and I told you about Nick Lambros passing, the former
Yes.
basketball coach at Hartwick College. There was a celebration of life at Hartwick in the gymnasium. It was packed. You know who else was there? Coach Boeheim. And
A true
he
legend.
told some great stories about Nick because they were really buddies. And but at the end of it, it's hard to get the coach to get emotional, But
Yeah.
Nick was a real close friend. To
I'm so
coach.
sorry.
Yep. So we'll be, folks. We're going to be coming back in the second segment. You can hang on for the second half hour, can you not?
Sure, you
You're
pay
not going
me.
to drive down here.
You pay me my mileage and all my lunch and stuff. So yeah, I'll hang around.
Okay, everybody, hang out. Travis is hanging out with the video. Dominic is here, and we've got Kyla overseeing everything to make sure it goes straight. Folks, we're going to be coming right back pretty soon here with Tom Gorman. We want to know what he has to say. This is News Radio 570 WSYR. All right. Yes, sir. We gotta do something, but you don't want any Christmas music yet, right? It's
Not
too
yet.
early. All right,
Too
when do you
early.
want the Christmas music, Trey?
You can start next week.
All right, next week we'll try with this Christmas music. All right, we have our guest on the line now. He's a regular guest. He's a former member of the PGA of America Rules Committee for over 39 years, Trey. Member of the Central New York PGA Hall of Fame, one of your another Hall of Famer, and before his son, there at Pompey, he owned Pompey,
Dutch Hollow.
Dutch Hollow. So he's been around.
If you say rules in Central New York, you think of
It's
Tom Gorman.
It's Tom Gorman.
I've called him more than once asking him about a rule. So.
Yeah. So without further ado, Mr. Tom Gorman, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. Good morning, Trey. Nice to have you there.
Yeah.
We miss you down here.
I'll be
Hopefully
January
you'll make it
2nd.
down.
I'll be there.
There you go.
Well, you're at Port St. Lucie, aren't you, Tom?
Yep.
All right.
Barry, you remember? Yeah, it's where that restaurant was that you picked up the tab for about $400 for 7 people. Except the only thing is we ate burgers, so you only went for 70.
Well, listen, I have to tell you, and I know I don't. You may know already, but you do recall Nick Lambros playing with us in a couple of those events, those Pro-Am events, and unfortunately,
Absolutely.
Nick passed away, Tom.
God, that's so sad.
Yep.
I hate to hear that because he was a good player and in good health. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, he went in for an operation. I guess they decided to operate, and it was, should they do it, shouldn't they do it? And he said, yes, let's get it over with. He's had knee replacements, hip replacements. I first met Nick in 1959. Oh, good grief! He was playing short. He was playing shortstop for Hartwick College, and Ithaca went down to play them, and that's where I first met him because he was. I knew that he was Greek, and so that was our connection. But the Nick was a wonderful competitor, as you know, and a wonderful player, and he had a celebration of life. I called his home, Tom, and his voice came on the recording, and it was so clear, and so I don't know what possessed me to do it. I just started talking after the recording. I just started talking to him. I said, Nick, I was just sorry to hear about your passing. I did. That's what I said. I just started talking to him. I don't know what came over me. And I said, I certainly enjoy playing all of the tournaments with you. And I said, hopefully, I said, when it's my turn, I said, we'll play some golf together. And evidently, it went over pretty well with his daughters and his wife. They called me and told me they enjoyed listening to him.
Well, these elected operation sometime, you often wonder, the rumor was Arnold Palmer went in for elective operation, and if he didn't, he might have lived another 2 or 3 more years.
Yep.
And Trey, with the health issues that you've done and whatever, you got to be very careful. Stanley just went in and had a knee replaced on Tuesday, and he came out of recovery, and nurses forgot to give him any pain medicine, and he was dying there before somebody finally woke up and gave him some pain medicine. So you never know what's going on when you go in the hospital.
Yeah.
Nope, you always hope for the best.
Listen, if anybody is interested who's listening now, who knew Nick Lambros, even though he's a little bit farther south in the southern tier, he did coach up here in the area against. I don't think they ever played. They certainly never played Syracuse, but coaches mentioned him. But there was a celebration of life. Nick Lambros, celebration of life, on YouTube. Coach Boeheim was there. He was there. Tom, I heard every word of his tribute to Nick. And Coach, it's not easy to get him emotional. But Nick was a good friend, and at the end of it, you could tell that Coach got a little emotional, which was good, and he got the loudest applause of any of the speakers, except maybe perhaps Nick's grandson, who told some cute little stories. He's only, I think, 13 years old, but he told stories about Papu. And when they were driving around in a cart, he said, Papu taught me how to take a pee when you're in a cart so that nobody knows that you can hide behind the cart to take a pee on the golf course.
Oh, boy.
And some other things. But Nick was not bashful about using the F-bomb on the basketball court when he was coaching. But it was a wonderful tribute to Nick. I just wanted to tell you about that before we get on. And Nick would say, okay, enough about me. Let's get on with the show. So, okay, Nick, I'll honor that. What are your thoughts about the World Hero Challenge, Tom?
Yeah, I could care less.
Oh, okay.
That was the best answer I've ever heard, Tom Gorman.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, well, it's a $5 million tournament, 20 players. It's Tigers invite these guys, and there's 4 or 5 of them tied at 10 under. So we'll see. Scheffler's playing, and Cameron Young, and but the Ash Vihada, who I like to root for, and Trey probably does because he's a left-handed player and he uses the long putter, Trey. So
he's my new hero.
The only thing that I noticed on the hero, and I don't know what's going on with Jordan Spieth. He's in last place, +1. I mean, is he a cripple or what's going on with his game? It's certainly in the toilet.
Yeah, he had 2 surgeries. We had a memo from, obviously, because he's an Under Armour guy, and he did a little, YouTube or Facebook message to all of us that sell Under Armour and saying that he's gone through some.
And while we're talking about injuries, the big news in the paper down here was Tiger Woods. Of course, he's hoping to play in the golf league. That phony thing on golf where they hit into the net.
I love this guy.
He's towards the end of his hopes in March that he's going to be able to play there a little bit, which is all good for Tiger. And he's had a tough year. And the biggest injury he had to deal with this past year was his Achilles. And he's starting to hit chips and putts, and he wants to get the urge to start playing. And they asked him about the senior tour, and he did not make a commitment either way, but I would assume, knowing him, that he'll probably end up playing some of the majors on the senior because he'd like to add those to his resume. But he wants to start playing again, and hopefully we'll see him sometime this summer a little bit. So that's some good news on the Tiger Woods thing, and there was a big article in the paper about it here.
Yep.
Did you go down to TGL? Did you ever go watch it down there, Tom?
I can't afford it at $400.
We actually, me and Todd Manderson went down last year. We got them on StubHub. We got 2 tickets for $40 each. They had them, we went on one of those after sites.
Oh,
and, it was cool. You know what? It's nice to say I went and saw it once. Yeah. Just to see the technology, the way the green changes shape and spins around, and And to be that close to him, I mean, we could reach over the railing. It's almost like a hockey rink. You can reach over and grab the guy.
Wow.
But I don't think I'll be doing it again. But in the drink prices where it was $25 for a mixed drink, it was funny.
No way, $25.
Yep.
Come on, Trey.
Yeah, because I was with my buddy Todd, who likes his mixed drinks, and $18 for a can of beer.
Oh, please.
So it was,
it
was kind of ridiculous. The place is impressive, though. It's an impressive place, but I don't think I'll go again.
Well, I would agree with you that they spent the millions of dollars, and I have watched it on television when there's nothing else going on in March, which is whatever. But I don't get excited about following a certain team or whatever. And Perry, I mean, you'd have cardiac arrest if you ever had to go for $18 for a beer.
I would say I have to be excused. I'm sick. Oh, good grief. Hey, Tom, listen. How about the golf rule of the week from Tom Gorman?
Well, we got to. I'm glad because we got a lot to talk about here for a minute or two. You know that crummy music you play there every time you go live. Everybody that plays. It seems like every group has one of those boom boxes.
Stand it.
The speakers, and the music is allowed, but people don't realize that there's two factors, if the music is there, or you're listening to something that's helping your swing, if you're listening to a Strauss waltz, well, then you might be in trouble, Perry. But some of that crap that you play in the morning, well, you'd get disqualified under 1-2 for upsetting the other players. In other words, they play that stuff so loud, so you can't get penalized, even though it's allowed. And it's a committee decision. You can get a 1-2 or a disqualification penalty if they're out there playing some of that moo stuff that it's too long and you're on the ninth green and somebody's teeing off and it's so loud. Then you can be in a penalty situation, and it is a problem because I bet we have in the pro shop about 6 of these people because they use magnets to attach them to the car.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. In fact, we got one in the pro shop back there. It's a boombox. I mean, you need 2 arms to carry the damn thing, and so the music is fine, but you got to be careful with it. And if it's nice, whatever, the guys listen to the weather or whatever, but nothing to help your swing, Perry.
Yeah, I know. Well, in the next minute or so, what else do you have? You said there were some other things you wanted to talk about.
Well, that's the key thing right there. That with the season coming up on this, watching what's going to happen with the LIV, and we got to pay attention now with the new commissioner, and we'll see what it's going on with LIV. Now they're going to 72 holes, Perry, which is big. Yep. And plus their TV coverage will be better, and they're going to push the team thing a little bit. The same as this golf league is pushing, down in Florida. Yep. So we'll see how LIV plays out, and I don't see a reconciliation too soon. But what the LIV players getting world points, so there may be more of them in the majors, which probably be good for golf. Yes. At least there's some movement. But they don't need each other. They really don't need each other. I don't see anything happening. There's not going to be any going steady, and they're certainly not going to get married. All right, Tom. Have a wonderful weekend down there. I hope I can get down and say hello and maybe play a round or so with you before the show. Yeah, next week I want to hear Christmas music. I want to hear Silent Night. I don't want to hear boom, boom, boom. Okay.
All right, Tom. I'll see you in a few weeks.
See you later. Okay.
All right, Trey. Glad you're there. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tom Gorman. Yep, he certainly is a character. He certainly is a character. All right. And by the way, in the next segment now, folks, hang on. This is a combination of Beamer and golf. They have a new flyer that's going out all over the world. It's called The Golfer's Secret Weapon. Coming up next with Dr. Holly Noun, News Radio 570, WSYR. There you go. All right, that's a little bit better. It doesn't boom you up right out of the chair. Tea time with the pronoun here. The pronoun on the air with Trey Walewski. Good morning, Trey.
Good morning, Perry.
Okay, so I get a flyer from Dr. Noun, And it says, and there's a golfer at the top. And this flyer is going all over the world now. It says Beamer Therapy, the golfer's secret weapon. Prepare for this upcoming season and give yourself an edge on the course with just 2 8-minute Beamer Therapy sessions a day. I do more than 2 most of the time, but it says amateur golfers usually swing at speeds anywhere from 65 to 90. Professionals clock in over 100. You can just imagine how much torque that requires and how much stress it puts on your body. And now I'm going to stop talking and turn it over to Dr. Holly Noun.
Let the one who knows talk.
Yeah, the one who knows talk. I'm just reading the flyer, Dr. Noun.
You know, Holly, I don't know, was he like this his whole life? Sometimes you can't get a word in edgewise.
Well, I'm glad you started with the speed, Dad, because if you talk about what most golfers want to do over their off season, which we have now gotten into the off season, what do they want to do? They want to hit the ball further. How do you hit the ball further? You got to swing faster.
Exactly.
And so you're going to create more torque. So the secret weapon piece of Beamer is multifaceted. I love that they came out with this flyer because everybody likes an official flyer, and I'm going to send a bunch of these to Jack to have in his little nook over there when he's teaching his speed techniques. But here's the key. To swing faster, you need a couple of things. You need more strength and you need more range of motion. And if you put those two things together, it helps you develop the torque, so you're going to increase your swing speed. So how can you get your body to be able to develop more strength? Use the Beamer, because it increases the efficiency of those muscle cells when you're training them. So the increase in strength and increase in range of motion, that's number one. What else do you want to do? You want to do more swings because you got to practice. You can't just hit it further. You got to hit it where you want it to go. And you've told me my entire amateur or sort of weekend warrior golf career, if you want to get better, you got to swing more. And how do you swing more? By recovering faster and
recovery.
Being able to get back out on the course, get back to the driving range to do more swings. I mean, repetition is key, especially with a complex swing like the golf swing. So, but here's the flip side. More swings, more speed often might cause some soreness, maybe sometimes even cause an injury. In what places in particular? Neck, shoulders, lower back, especially when you're playing around with your swing speed. And how do you help the healing of those types of injuries? Using the Beamer. Again, what does Beamer do? I think we've talked about it enough on the air. It delivers more oxygen and gets rid of more waste.
Oh.
The two key pieces to not only giving you the ability to get stronger and swing faster, but also the recovery piece and the healing piece. But here's another piece of Beamer. So you want to hit it further. You want to hit it where you want to hit it, but you also want to be able to do that under pressure, especially if you're in a competition. And how do you do that? Again, Beamer comes in, it stimulates your parasympathetic system, which is your sort of rest, relax, and recover system, but it's also the system that helps you to focus and to resist stress. So in those high-stress moments, you are able to keep yourself calm and do those three things we talked about. Be able to hit it further, be able to hit it where you want it, and perform under pressure. What else would you want? It's the formula.
Yes, not Trey. It makes sense, Trey. That darn Beamer. I'm on. This is my third season with it, isn't it, Doctor?
Yes.
My
Yes, it
third
is.
season. Trey, my body, I could feel my body start, at 83, 84, and 85, I could feel it. I felt that there was something happening to me that wasn't right. It's old age. You're moving along in
I'm
life.
59 and I can feel it. So 83. Holy cow, I'd be stiff as a board. But hey,
Well,
I trust Dr. Holly and what she says.
But if you think about it, even now, when you play, think about how you feel after the round, especially if it's a really hot day. I mean, your body doesn't react the way it did 20 years ago.
No.
I mean, and by the way, what happens after a round when you get that little fatigue? What happens to the muscles? That they lose their oxygen, right?
That's exactly where the fatigue comes from.
Yeah.
They've used up their energy supply, and part of fatigue is the decrease in oxygen, but the other piece is the waste from the work that the cells do just sits there. Everybody knows that feeling when you're doing weight training and things like that, and you get that burning sensation. That is the waste from the cells sitting there, creating pain on your nerve endings. So that's the key with Beamer is it doesn't just deliver what your cells want; it also gets rid of what your cells don't want. And really, ultimately, that right there is the key to recovery.
All right, Dr. Noun, before we go any further, let's talk about how they get in touch with you now, because you're an official sponsor for Tea Time with the Pronoun. I'm using the product, and by the way, it's not, but please believe me, folks, I'm not going to recommend anything unless I actually experience the benefits of it, and this has changed my life. So tell the folks how they can get in touch with you, and also your website.
Yes, sure. You can get in touch with me. Either call, please don't hesitate, 401-330-9971. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. My email, holly.noun@gmail. And then my Beamer website is holly-noun.beamergroup.com. And
there you go.
I encourage folks to look into it. I encourage you to reach out to me. It really and truly, and you talked about Tiger earlier, and I'm excited to be able to say this because it's something that you can't always share, but one of the reasons that Tiger is able to recover the way he does.
Don't tell me. Okay, lay it on us. Does he have one?
Tiger uses Beamer.
Oh, my God.
Yes, sir. Tiger Woods. Come on, Trey. Are you
Who's
kidding
that?
me? Who's he?
Who's Tiger Woods?
Who's he? Woo!
I'm more excited that Perry Noun uses the Beamer. Heck with Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and don't forget the everybody watched the World Series, the Blue Jays.
Yes, sir. And the Blue Jays, too. Okay, Doc, we got to go. We got a hard break. Hey, Trey, thank you very much for coming
problem.
in.
Thanks for
having
having
thank
me.
you, Dominic. Thank you, Travis. This is News Radio 570 WSYR.